Hi, this is Arnav. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about ICOs. Basically, what is an ICO? ICOs have been in the news recently mainly because of the amount of money which has been raised through them, which has actually exceeded the total money raised through early stage VC funding. And the number stands at around 1.2 to 1.3 billion dollars for the last quarter. And if you consider there are 2 to 300 ICOs being launched every week, and China has banned ICOs, and there are many people who are raising like hundreds of millions of dollars through ICOs. And so why not understand what are ICOs and where are they headed in the future? So in order to understand ICOs, we first need to understand fundraising. So currently there are two ways for a startup to raise funds. The first way is to raise funds through VCs. Like say you go to Addison Horowitz, you go to Founders Funds. So say you made an app or a website and you got some initial users and some basic revenues, and now you want to scale up operations, you want to market your product, you want to hire a great tech team. So you would need money for that. So what you'll do is you'll mail some VCs, and or you might apply to some accelerator programs. And so what will happen is, like, you'll end up wasting a lot of your time in mailing VCs. You'll get rejected, and at that crucial moment of time you should be more focused on building your own product. And so that is what is the trouble with VC funding. And if you're not in like the tech hubs in Silicon Valley or in Bangalore or in tech hubs in China, it's actually really difficult to raise funding. So that's the trouble with VC funding. But with VC funding, what you get is you get exposure to the networks of the VCs, and you get a lot of mentorship if the VC is good. But if the VC is bad, the reverse happens, and the startup usually, like, there's a lot of struggle between power struggle between the founder and the VCs, and it doesn't turn out well. So yeah, that's how VC funding works. And so the second way of fundraising is through crowdsourcing platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So you on these platforms, what you do is you actually post a video and you give a description of your project, and you want people to donate money for your project. And so what happens is, like most people, their projects actually don't get kickstarted because there are so many projects being posted. And like if your project is not viral, or it doesn't actually you don't have the digital marketing technical competence, your project will not get funded. So and that's actually really troublesome. And the second trouble with such platforms is that the platforms themselves, they charge around 5 to 10%, and that's actually quite a lot. So that is how these work out. So these are actually two ways of fundraising. So now the third way of fundraising, and the new way of fundraising, is through ICOs. And so ICOs refer to initial coin offering, and basically ICO is when a company raises funds through cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and mostly it's actually Ethereum. And because Ethereum was actually meant to enable more blockchain apps being built on top of it, to enable blockchain apps to provide the community of miners and some initial users. So that is what is an ICO. And so recently the Kick ICO, it raised around 100 million through their public sale. So what is an ICO, and what do you do? So basically, in the case, if you want to say you make an app called Uber, and now, like in the previous case, you actually got some initial users and you have a prototype and some daily active users and some revenues. Now what you will do is you'll actually go make your own website. You will publish a white paper which is just like a pitch desk with all your numbers and your future vision. And so basically what you'll do is, now you'll start promoting your white paper and your website to the general public, and you'll invite people to send money in the form of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum to your public address. So say you'll have a smart contract address on the Ethereum blockchain, and you'll invite people to send their Ether to that address, and in return of their ether you'll give them tokens. So say your token is priced at 0.1 ether. So if someone sends you 1 ether, you'll send 10 tokens to their wallet, to their ether wallet, like my ether wallet. So that's how ICOs work. They are as simple as that. And like usually those tokens do have some inherent value in the whole platform. So say you build something like Uber, say, and Uber token, and so basically people would be able to pay with Uber token, and like people might get discounts or something like that. So that's how these work out. And usually people actually in the smart contract itself, they specify conditions like this amount of minimum sale should happen, then only the ICO will be considered successful. Otherwise all the tokens gathered from all the respective addresses will be returned to the respective owners. So that's how an ICO works out. And usually after the ICO, what happens is that people, they send their the ICO owners, the owners of the company, they usually list down their tokens on a popular exchange, so that people who missed out on the bus initially now can join the whole train or the bus. So basically after that the price will rise up. Say if the company performs well, more people would want to buy their tokens from a popular exchange, and the price would go up, and hence the founders and the initial users will benefit. And yeah, that's how actually ICOs work out. They are quite similar to IPOs in that respect, but the similarity ends there. And so yeah, that's actually the whole thing about ICOs. And the conclusion and the news around them is like there are actually a lot of pump and dump schemes around ICOs. And but the thing is, like, even if you consider like normal shares that was being sold through IPOs, initially there were a lot of pump and dump schemes, and it was only later that SEC was established and people figured out laws around them to prevent fraud. But it did take some time, and it was not like IPOs existed since mankind. And there were also new systems that were invented at some point in history, and I think similar will be the case with ICOs as well. And so basically that's how ICOs are, in my opinion. And if you consider even VC firms like Andreessen Horowitz and Sequoia, they participated in Filecoin's ICO, and maybe they are just trying to test waters, but still they are trying to participate. And the thing with ICOs is that you get three things. You get investors, obviously, and you get some initial customers, because mostly people who like participate in the ICOs are interested in your idea, and they are usually your initial customers as well. And you get evangelizers. So people who participate in the ICO, they would promote the token, they would promote the platform, because they would want the value of the token to rise up. So yeah, you get evangelizers. Yeah. And if you consider the internet, like the amount of funding that open protocols, like the protocols on which the whole internet is built, like HTTP, it's really less. And ICOs actually enable such projects to come into fruition, and which was not possible early. And the future might be that the whole fat protocol, the protocol layer, will be fatter than the application layer, which is like Google, Facebook, they are on the application layer, and HTTP and all that stuff on which the whole internet is built are on the protocol layer. So with time, this trend might reverse. So like if you consider Ethereum, the whole value of the Ethereum network is really great than the whole network value of the applications built on top of Ethereum. So Ethereum is around 30 billion. The whole value of the application might be around 1 billion. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, I think ICOs will last. And people who say that VC funding, most ICOs are bad, that's the case with VC funding as well. Most startups fail, and so will be the case with most ICOs as well. But yeah, I think I'm really positive around ICOs, and I think I might launch my own as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments, and we'll go down into development like Ethereum, and like launching your own ICO, so setting up the wallet and all that in future videos. So definitely subscribe. Okay, bye.